What's going on, guys? It's BK Vlogz here, back with a video. And today I'm gonna be talking. Well, I'm gonna actually be going back home, to my native land, Sierra Leone. You get me? And obviously talk about Vlogz School, the school that made me become who I am today. Like, turned me from a boy into a man. That's how it is. And I'm just gonna talk about literally how I survived Vlogz School, I guess, or like my experience being a Vlogz School boy. Do you get? But before I go any further, to all my salon people, them una kushel how the body, obviously the body fine. Do you get it? Don't forget it. Listen, guys, years and years ago, I attended the great Vlogz School, a very long time ago, and I'm not gonna lie. What an experience I had. What an experience I had. The reason why I attended Vlogz School, first of all, is because, let's be real, like, my dad, he's a Vlogz School boy. He attended that school, and, obviously, I do believe his wish was for me to attend Vlogz School. I don't think, before I went to Sierra Leone, I don't think maybe it would have played up in his mind, but obviously me living in Sierra Leone for a couple of years, I think it did play up in his mind. Probably he wanted me to attend Vlogz School one day. Do you get? And obviously at first I didn't want to attend Vlogz School because of what I've heard about Vlogz School and all that stuff, the drillings and all that. I just didn't want to attend it. Do you get me? And I didn't see boarding school my thing at the time, But at the end of the day, I had to make that decision to go to Vlogz School, and eventually I did. Don't get me wrong, Vlogz School at first, it was tough living in Vlogz School. Listen, first of all, for me anyways, if I couldn't adapt to the system in Sierra Leone in general, then there's no way that I would have been able to adapt to Vlogz School. What I do believe is that, from my own point of view, living in Sierra Leone, I had to adapt to certain things, the culture, the traditions, and everything like that. I felt like it got to a point where it took me time. Don't get me wrong, it took me time to adapt to the Sierra Leone culture, but when I did, I think it did set me well for Vlogz School. And I want to point out that attending Vlogz School definitely was not easy at first, because I remember going to Vlogz School within like a week, I was already sick. Like, I was sick. Like, I was not well. And the kind of weight that I lost, it was ridiculous. I lost so much weight. I was so sick. I don't know why. And yeah, that wasn't a good start for me. But at the end of the day, I was able to pull from that and, engage more in my studies and engage in making friends with people, because you can't be quiet. Vlogz School's not a school to be quiet. You can't, be by yourself and think you're gonna survive. You're gonna need friends. You're gonna need people, not just friends in your own same year, but you're gonna need friends who are like above you in your class and maybe even below you. Because for me, I attended Vlogz School in SSS 1, that is senior secondary school. I don't know if that's how they still do it like that, but I think they have an SS4 now, innit? But at my time, it was SS1 to SS3, and that's when I attended Vlogz School. So you're gonna meet boys who were below you, JSS, who started from JSS1 and now they're in JSS3. So they've been in Vlogz School for 3 years, and I've just started. Of course, I can learn from them. Just because they're in a year below doesn't mean I can learn from them. I can learn from them. You get? There has to be that sort of respect as well, because at the end of the day, regardless if they're a year below you or a year ahead of you, you have to respect the fact that they know more than you. They know how to survive. Do you get? There was so much factors. There was so much trials and tribulations that you have to go through to survive in Vlogz School. Do you get? Don't forget it. So yeah, man, I obviously made friends with a lot of people. Like, I was, I guess, well known in a way with a lot of people. Just want to make sure that everything is working intact. Yeah, so I was known to a lot of people in Vlogz School. I guess I was able to settle. I think I'll say it took me maybe a month to settle in properly, to get used to it. And then when I did settle, obviously I made friends with a lot of people, and I tend to like stick to not just like classmates, but where I was living in the dormitories. That's like the boarding homes, where we were living. Like in a boarding home, you could be placed with 30 students. Everyone has their own bed, 30 or even more. You never know. Innit? It depends to, you know, how many people can fit in it, I guess, or how many beds can fit in that one dormitory. And I felt like in our dormitory, and by the way, I was living in Manchester, Block B. In our dormitory, it felt like it was a real connection between friends there. There was a lot of friends from SS3 down to even JSS1. There was this brotherhood that definitely existed. There was this brotherhood that made connections, and up to this day I still have connections with a lot of people that attended both school who may still be living in Sierra Leone, or they've traveled abroad and all that stuff. But making friends was another factor of me surviving, because it was a thing where I was able to, like, you know, be guided in the right way. Do you get it? And obviously when I did go to SSS2, I would be able to help the new people, the new rustics, as we say, come, and we can, you know, show them, you know, or teach them how, you know, to survive and all that stuff, how to be smart and all that stuff. Both school was a funny school, man. Literally, you know, from bound breaking or break bounding, if you want to say it. Sometimes me, I'll be real with you. Get me? No one can tell me that no one bound break or break bound from both school. I did that almost all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, sometimes I'll break bound so I can go and, you know, go to, what's her name, Fatu. There was a lady called Fatu that used to sell cassava and beans. Remember, friends, we used to go there, because I can't lie, you see, the both school food, it wasn't the best. Both school food was definitely not the best. Like, we had certain people that were cooking us both school food. You see, the potato leaf, I think in both school was the worst dish I ever had. You can get away with the beans, and you can get away with, what's the other one? The beans is usually on Friday. They had another one, like some soup or something with fish in it. Cassava leaf is sometimes a hit or miss, but you see the potato leaves, I'm not gonna lie to you, I used to hate that. Both school potato leaf? Nah. Go ask your mama to make them. That's what I'm gonna say. That there, it was foul. Like, I don't know for other people in it, but I'm talking, I can vouch for myself, and I can guarantee you that both school potato leaf was the worst. So just make sure that you had some sort of money on you, or you had your gari. You get me? Gari and sardine, or gari, sugar and milk, whatever you had. Because if you're not going to eat that, that is what you're going to eat. If you don't have money, make sure you just have gari on the side, because that is all you're going to eat. But yeah, sometimes we used to go to this place called Fatu. We used to get, that's what I said, cassava and beans, and eat that, and then go back to go study. Because, like, trust me, studying on an empty stomach is not the one. Trust me. So you're gonna need some sort of food. But yeah, man, this is another way that people, or even myself, I had to survive. Literally, I remember even times where me and some of my friends, we used to like chip in some money, and we would buy like certain ingredients to make, for example, cassava leaves, and we'll be at the back. I remember this guy, Mr. Lamine, he was living in the Bow School campus. Remember, we had teachers living with us as well. So we used to go to Mr. Lamine's kitchen, and we as students, we used to like cook there, and then we'll eat together. Like, Bow School's a thing that we do everything together. We eat together and everything. I don't want to go too mad into it, but yeah, we literally would eat together, go out together and everything. Like, everywhere you go, you'll be with a Bow School boy. And where we were living in Bow Town is a very small city in Bow, and you can go anywhere to the deepest side in Bow, you will see a Bow School boy. You see a bowl school boy floating about. That's how we use the English term, floating about, like gallivanting the streets and all that stuff. We all used to do it, but that's what made us bowl school boys. It was just all fun and games as well. Literally. Also, like I said with the barn breaking, yeah. Teachers used to take how they call themselves, prefects, to go and search for bowl school boys so that they can like bring them back to the campus, or even beat them in the street. That's what they used to do. Some you'll find them in the PlayStation centers, they're playing PlayStation. Bowl school boys or prefects, they'll come with the teachers. One slap, you're going back to campus, boy. They're gonna beat you there, and in the morning they will disgrace you in front of devotion. It's actually mad, literally. But like I said, at the end of the day, it was all love, all love. Like bowl school, you have to survive. If you can't survive bowl school, it's like you can't survive in life. That's how I see it. If you couldn't survive bowl school, you wouldn't survive in life. And also, the motto "manners maketh man" is such a big, like, that motto's no joke. Manners maketh man. If bowl school doesn't turn you into a man through all the trials and tribulations you go through, if you don't get a perspective of that, you didn't experience bowl school properly. Bowl school made us what we are today. All over the world, as a Sierra Leonean, all over the world, there's bowl school boys everywhere. The connection is real all over the world. There's no country you'll go to, I'm telling you right now, there's no country you'll go to that you will not find a bowl school boy. Bowl school boys are everywhere. Chat to me nicely. You will not see any other school like bowl school. I'm telling you right now. And I will defend that school. Literally. It's so great, like, being a bowl school boy. How else did I survive bowl school? I guess just being myself, innit? Like, I had to have that kind of fiery, like, I had that fiery character, innit? Like, I was someone that wouldn't take any nonsense. You get it? I wouldn't take any nonsense from no one. I had to be myself, because at the end of the day, you're living there for yourself. You're not living there with your parents. You get what I'm saying? Like, my dad, he was living in Freetown. So remember, from Freetown to Bow, it's a couple hours away still. I can't remember exactly if it's like, is it 5 to 6 hours, or is it 4 to 6, something like that. But you're there for yourself, really. At the end of the day, you're there to pursue an education and to benefit from that, so that at the end of the day, when ends are meet, you can now go into a higher establishment, i.e. University or college or whatsoever you're trying to pursue. So you are there for yourself, but don't get me wrong, you have to, make friends as well to actually survive. But the main mission of being in bowl school is educational purposes only, and is to become a man for yourself. That's why for me, it felt like I was quite independent from a very young age. Like, it was easy, actually, to be fair. It was easy for me to, like, survive on my own. Don't get me wrong, not all the time. Sometimes, boy, if you're broke, you're gonna have to rely on your parents, to send you small thing, like a little 1-2 change and that. You get me? Because when you're broke, it's mad. That's why when you were going to bowl school, make sure you have your kanya, make sure you have your gari, your sardines, whatever it is. Because when things get tough, you're going to make sure you're going to rely on them things. And that's how it was sometimes. Like, sometimes I'll try my best not to touch any of it, until I know that I'm starting to go broke and I can't go out and get some food. You got something, you get me, on the side, in your box, innit? Literally. Bowl school is just funny, man. And I do miss it. Would I want to do it again? In my mind, it says, yeah, why not? It was fun. It was really good. And up to this day, I talk to so many people that attended both school. Over here in England, there's a lot of both school boys that I know that we link up. Not all the time we link up, but we link up when, the time is right, when everyone's free and all that stuff. And I still talk to people on group chats that I know from both schools. So everyone, you get me, if I still chat to you, and everyone that attended both school, big up yourself. Do you get me, man? But yeah, man, manners maketh man. Boy, devotion, crazy. I remember Mondays, it's all white trousers, white shirt. That's a tradition of both schools. You rarely do see that with other schools. I think it's maybe a few schools that do that, but Mondays, white, all white, and then obviously Tuesday to Friday, you got your khaki trousers and your white shirt, man. Yeah, man, that school. You have to big up that school, and you have to actually big up the teachers as well that were there. Big up like people like Mr. Lamine, Mr. Bunda, R.I.P. Mr. Bunda. He was one of the funniest teachers, man. Honestly, if anyone knows Mr. Bunda, you will know that he was a funny teacher. Big man say, Mr. Kosia, big him up. He was funny as well. That guy, he's a rebel. He's a rebel. Obviously, I respect him in it, but boy, he is a rebel, that guy. Literally, those were the few teachers really I did enjoy. But like I said, R.I.P. Mr. Bunda, he was such a legend, and you just have to respect that still, honestly. Yeah, man. Guys, I would love to know your story about both school, man. I really would love to know. You can write in the comment section below. Obviously, I've gone on and on, so I'm feeling like I might stop it here. I feel like I might make other videos, concerning both school and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna actually stop it here. But listen, if you do like this video of me talking about both school, guys, remember to subscribe to your boy. Remember to comment, like, share, all of that. Guys, make sure you put post notifications on, so anytime I post a video, you receive it by fire by force. Do you get it? Don't forget. So listen, guys, I've been BK Vlogz, and I'll see you in the next video.